everyone. This is Derek from the Geekdom Fancast. We are back from a while after the New York and the LA Comic Con and this Comic Con and that Comic Con. Finally here for just a regular old movie review. I am joined by Mr. Wonderful Bobby Bexar from A Toy Kind of Movie. We decided to bring him back again. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just trying to stay warm right now.
Is it bad out there? Oh, for
Um,
context, people, he's in Houston.
yeah, so we are getting that like Arctic blast uh cutting through America, cutting through the US. I mean in Canada. Right now it is the real feel as of 8 o'clock Central Time. I believe it's
Degrees?
22. 22 is 29 degrees, real feel 22. Tonight, let's see here. I'm not looking forward to taking my dog out. So when I take him out at 10, the real feel will be 4.
What the?
Yeah, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., it will be -3.
Oh my damn, dude.
Yeah,
Is this like
yeah,
the same thing last year when you guys were like your pipes froze and everything?
pretty much. Pretty much.
Are you looking at that again then?
I'm hoping not because it's only supposed to be like a day or two. So we'll see.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't
I know,
know.
I know. You're like I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Like everyone in Texas is having PTSD, so flashbacks.
How does this? So I'm assuming you're going out for Christmas to see your family,
Yeah, so we're leaving Saturday morning.
but do you need like snow tires, chains, like
No, no, it's
what?
not
Oh,
snowing, thank God. No, it's not snowing.
oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, this time no snow because there's like 0% chance of rain, so we're good there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just pain in the
Well,
ass.
all right, man. Well, I think we're gonna wish you well, and hopefully the next time we have you on, it's gonna be better and some sunshine, and at least maybe
I
some
mean,
warmth or
what
something.
sucks? What sucks is this is the type of weather I want for Christmas, just not this cold. Or if it is this cold, we don't have a crooked governor who has its own electrical grid. But
That is, here, there, huh?
yep.
Well, I guess it's ironic maybe for what we're going to be talking about. So, speaking of wonderful tropical places, we are
Right.
we are returning to Pandora for Avatar 2. I'm sure everyone's doing these movie reviews, but it's a pretty big uh, landmark of a movie to be landing on our fanboyness for the year. So I wanted to at least get touch on it a little bit. Do you have any initial thoughts on
Oh God, where do I begin?
it? Okay, we don't have to say it all right now.
Well, no, an initial like going to see it. Like we want opening night because like the regardless of how you feel about Avatar, the first one, uh, I it was a monumental movie.
Right.
Uh,
And
and
where you want to do that stupid debate with Avengers Endgame, largest grossing movie of all time, blah blah.
right, right.
Okay.
Cameron couldn't, sit back and just, let Avengers have it. Um, the story is all right. Like the first one, decent story. A little actually, I kind of like this one better than the first one. The graphics are absolutely phenomenal. There's only one scene in the movie where you can kind of tell it's CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are times I'm like, are they really filming in water? Or I'm like, and they did. They filmed in water, and Kate Winslet held their breath for like 7 minutes, and oh, all this stuff. But I mean, initially, look, really good film. I know that he has filmed 95% of Avatar 3 and the first act of Avatar 4.
Okay.
But they said to finish these films, this one has to make about 2 billion. Yeah.
This one alone? Wow, and they're only at like what 500,
I think so.
and they're already like 2 weeks in. That's not good.
No. It's a long movie,
Oh
dude.
well, no, but besides that, well, okay, so I'll just give my spill real quick. Um,
Yeah.
my consensus is that it was the maybe the most visually amazing, incredible, mind-boggling movie I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I thought it was also at the same time maybe the most one of the most generic script for a blockbuster film ever as well. Like I'm sitting there watching it and we're going through every single paint by numbers style of telling a story possible. And the only thing that saved this movie, spoiler alert for our review, is the last hour. Like the,
Yes.
the last hour, I was very invested, enjoyed, and I walked out content after that last hour. But man, you want to take that first 2 hours or 2.5, whatever you want to call it. I'm just like, I'm,
That movie was
I'm like,
that
where are
movie
we
was
going?
yeah, that movie was 30 minutes way too long. I talked to Lance was like, not for me, it was perfect. Like Lance loved every minute of it, and that's great. Some people do love every minute of it. Um, 30 minutes too long. One scene in particular really upset Ashley. Um,
Your wife, for people who
yeah,
don't know.
my wife, yeah. She really got upset with one of the scenes.
Oh wait, well let's. I don't. It's probably not going to be a big whatever, but for context, anyone listening to or watching this, we are going to do a full spoiler alert. We're not trying to be
yes,
careful here because, especially a movie with 3 hours plus without spoilers would be very boring. So,
yes.
in case you just jumped on right now and you haven't seen it and you don't,
Spoiler.
yeah, we're gonna do that. I should have said that at the beginning of the broadcast, but now I am stating it. Okay, going forward,
Spoilers.
let's go.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah.
So going back to the whole CGI, like the animals looked real.
Oh yeah.
They looked real. Uh that whole whaling scene.
Which one?
The one where like they kill the mom
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was
and they
that was tough.
that was tough and
Is that
like
what got her?
that's what got her.
Yeah.
And then like I understand, he's showing like the horrors of whaling and why it's horrible and all, and I get that. But I read a report or an article that they even said I think it was Screen Rant or like that scene was way too long because it's just so graphic.
Well, it's not only that, but like it's like I understand the what was it called? It wasn't called a whale, whatever it was
No,
called.
whatever the creature, yeah,
Sorry, BOV Screw, we don't know all the biology sea mammals of
right.
Avatar. Excuse
No,
us. Sorry, we didn't bother to
yeah,
research all the. There's like 20 species in this film, and we didn't bother
yeah.
to know them. Okay. Anyways, um, the thing that got me in a way with that is like they made it, of course, very evident that she was a powerful, species, and that it was really hard to bring her down. And there's the one, captain of the ship that's like saying like, "Oh man, I shot her and she's still going." I'm just like, "Is this that? Yeah, like." Okay, you shot her. She should have went down. Why do we have to drag it out there? Like, okay, let me shoot her again, or we like
Yeah.
I already
Yeah.
forgot how he does bring her down, but it's
Well,
just like,
because he is like, then they do like the whole like harpooning with the air tanks. Like, all right, then he's like, I shot him in the heart already. Let's do it again. It's like,
yeah,
God damn.
yeah.
Like it was just a bit much. And I think I get it because sometimes you have to like club people over the head with like, you know, metaphor and what's happening. But for those who, are intelligent, enough's enough. Um, yeah, it was rough. That was the one thing that really took her out of the film.
Although I in a way I will give him credit to where he, for a movie that was at that up to that point very bland and not terribly interesting, he pulled on the emotional heartstrings
Oh yeah.
phenomenally well right there. I mean, the fact that he was able to, he's using CG characters
Mhm.
to make it a response to anyone that has a pulse, if you're
Yeah.
a heartless soul that's watching this and saying like, yeah, I get it, it's like,
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
but anyone that's watching that and getting what he's relating to us, regular human folk here on Earth,
Yeah.
it's I kind of felt it probably about 3/4 of the way to the scene. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm having these reactions to something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know. As I'm like, I shouldn't be feeling bad, but I feel horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like why are we feeling so bad about it? It's like this thing doesn't exist. It's not even like a stunt whale or anything. It's like
Exactly.
no humane society's coming after him for this.
But it was the fact that yeah, because I even told her, go, honey, I go, I know it. She goes, look, and she like stopped. And she goes, look, I know it's a CGI animal, but with how realistic that was, and like the eyes, like he got the eyes were like so
Mm-hmm.
emotive, and like, and like no, I'm like I get it, I 100% get it. Like it's gonna get you. It's like when you watch uh the horse die in Neverending Story. That's not that horse is a stunt as a robot, or a wooden horse. It's actually not actually dying, but it's like no. Or like Littlefoot's mother. Like it doesn't have to be real for it to get the emotions. Just make sure you have a good story behind it. But
What?
here, but besides that, and you made something that you made a great point a minute ago that up until that last hour, it was a paint by number movie.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. Uh, the thing that kind of annoys me is the fact that he was so like getting on Marvel for Marvel aren't real films, blah blah blah. Like, trust me, I'd rather watch two Marvel films instead of Avatar. Just saying, I'm sorry.
Well, those characters are more fleshed out. They have more history, background with it. Like these, I mean, he. It's not. And granted, there was two co-writers with him, so I feel they're all responsible together. But in a way, he is the director, so he's calling the shots.
Yeah,
Um, but if you take the family, it's so like, oh, there's the good brother, oh, there's the bad brother who's an idiot, oh, there's the little child,
yep,
youngling, and I'm just like, can you get any more generic with these titles for these characters? It's just like
yeah, yeah. And then you had and like, and I should have seen it come from a mile away that the older brother was gonna die. I should have seen it come from a mile
really.
away. I should have.
I didn't. I did think someone would die, but I was very up in the air with who it would be.
Honestly, I thought if anyone was gonna die, it would be in the next movie. I didn't think they'd kill someone off in the second.
I thought with 3.5 hours they were gonna have, and with such a large tribal group, someone was gonna have to eat it. Whether it was someone of those island people they were staying with,
Yeah.
or them themselves, someone was gonna have to eat it. Like I wouldn't have been totally surprised if the king would have went down, or which Kate Winslet didn't even know it was her.
It was fantastic. Which again, a lot of you have a lot of indigenous and BIPOC people upset with Avatar, calling it blueface, because you don't have anyone indigenous really like in the main characters. Like Cliff Curtis, I think he's New Zealander. I think he's from New Zealand.
Yeah,
Uh,
I believe so.
yeah, and
He's
and
either
so
Aussie or New Zealand.
yeah. And so like it's I understand like once again for them it's Avatar is white savior guilt.
Which was a lot of their problem with the first one.
Yeah, but but it's like one of those things where it's like I don't know how you rectify that after, because I know they had that issue with the first one. I'm like, all right, you can't recast Avatar though.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand their point of view. I understand what they're needing, but I don't know how you fix that. I don't.
Well, in a way, I would say like they take the white savior thing out on this one because he's by himself now. His children are um uh mixed because
Mm-hmm.
of his relations now with
Is that Zaldana?
yeah, which of course totally brain farting on her name, of course. God, I knew I was gonna forget everybody's name. I knew it.
Yeah.
But with the fact that he's mixed now and stuff, and he's like, in a way, he's the only sky person there. Like
Yeah.
they barely even use like the his his staff or like his associates. Like those
Yeah.
guys were way prevalent more in the first one. Sigourney Weaver's not in this one.
Yeah, she
Um,
is.
well, you know what I mean.
No, she's the daughter.
Yeah, but like not the way she was brought
Well, no,
into
she's
the
not the scientist. She.
exactly. So
Yeah.
now she's like one of them, you could say, or whatever, however you want to put it. But that's what I'm saying. So if you go to like the way the people were before, and like in a way it did make sense to him before because he came in, Sam Worthington came in, and he was totally by himself,
Yeah.
and he was coming in and he was being the white savior, but now he's doing it with his family, they're all together, and now he's on the island with these other people and they're all together. Like, you had all of these people from Pandora fighting against the sky people,
Yeah.
and I think that makes it different. I can still understand how they would argue it, but it's like, what more can the guy possibly do? It's like you're literally having the residents at Pandora fighting against the humans. Like,
Yeah.
you can't really make it any more about them, you know.
Yeah. No. Oh, just for clarification, Cliff Curtis is from New Zealand.
Okay.
There you go. Actually, you know what? That's a great jumping point, man.
Yeah.
The bad guys. Uh, I love that Stephen Lang is back. I love Stephen Lang. I don't think he's ever given me a bad performance. Uh, it's it is interesting how, and again, James Cameron can do this. The U.S. is the bad guy.
Oh yeah. The thing I got out of this movie, I don't want to derail your thought at all, but the thing I was uh getting to earlier is as I don't know enough if this would be considered formulaic, but the thing with this movie is it's basically man is bad. Like this whole movie, like, and basically that was kind of the thing with the first one too, which
Oh,
is kind
man
of
is
what.
well, like man is bad. Capitalism is bad. Um, or like I think capitalism to the point of greed and destruction is bad because, and once again going back to the whole like whaling metaphor, uh, when they took the little vial of like brain matter,
Yeah.
right? Um, and then Spider was like, "What are you gonna do with the body?" And like, "Oh, we don't do it. We're gonna dump it." Uh, was very indicative or very like or just like a repurposing of the French Canadian fur trappers in the Wild West. Would there's a scene once again because it's like Fern Gully meets Dances with Wolves. And I think it's Dances with Wolves where like they come over the hill and there's like all these buffalo slaughtered just for the fur.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the fact that for Native Americans they used everything, fur, meat, bones, like everything.
Yeah.
And the fur trappers just wanted the bison fur and just left everything else. And so that was very like, oh, there's a juxtapositioning of we're just going to take this one thing from the whale and then dump the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I'm sure like the Navi tribe would have used like everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I mean, and this also goes back to the fact that James Cameron, Cameron's not an idiot. He knows his history. He's going to do his studying. He's going to study his, the Wild West history, which is kind of based off of. And so it's and once again the fact that and give it up for Edie Falco. I didn't know she was in this film. She's a fantastic actress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that she's the evil general, who she doesn't die. She lives for part three. Uh, the fact that she like we're gonna terraform Pandora for Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, it's manifest destiny. 1800s, U.S. comes over and starts the Great Pilgrimage West, killing the natives, killing the buffalo, killing America basically, and that's what we see with Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Um, the thing is I get I get what he's trying to say with the villains of the Sky People,
Mhm.
and I get that, and I'm not even necessarily opposed to the whaling thing because I know he's very his heart is very much in the ocean and the ocean life and
Mhm.
everything, and if that's the message he wants to put out, good. And like
Right.
the more people that do see that message, probably the better. And it's a message that probably should be put out there that all these whalers suck. Um, but in the context for the film, the one of the things that bothered me the most, I'd say, I don't know, maybe hour and a half in, I'm not sure exactly, is I'm like, okay, we're moving on to the sequel. It's been what, 12 years, 18 years? What are we at?
Uh, since the original 13.
13. Okay.
Yes.
So he had all this time to work on it, and all the years that they've put in it, whatever, right? And all he can come up with is, oh, look, human beings are bad again. Like,
Well,
you couldn't come up with a villain on Pandora, or like, I don't know, a natural disaster's coming, or like a meteor shower's coming. Like, I don't know, something else other than what was that happening in the first one? Oh, that's right. Man was invading Pandora to take it over. What are we doing with the
yeah,
second one? Man is coming to take over Pandora. Like, we waited all this time so you could do the same thing.
yeah. So like the first time it was mining for the mineral. So okay, and then it's a whaling, and it's like little um, but to that point, and look, you know, you've had 13 years, and in that 13 years, he's written Avatar 2, 3, 4. I think he wrote to 6. I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. On top of that, he wrote a script for Sam Worthington, just on the where Sam or Jake Sully's been.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam was like, "This is fantastic. When are we going to film this?" He's like, "Oh, we're not going to film this. It's just for you to know where Jake's been for the past 13 years."
Oh, damn.
Um, and that's fantastic. That's amazing. Maybe I don't know, a 5-page like summary and focus on the movie, right? Because once again, and this is it's not a disappointment. Look, it's not a disappointment. It wasn't a bad film. But once again, I think when you have someone working on a movie for so long, i.e., Black Panther, not Black Panther, Black Adam, uh, you expect something more. And the fact that like Black Adam, they've been working on that for like what 15 years, and we get the middest of mid movies. Like it wasn't like it's not bad. Well, hold on, it's not shit. But not shit, not greatest. Meh. All right. I saw it once. I missed like the first 15 minutes of it. Never need to see it again.
Uh-huh.
Uh Avatar 2, look, you had 13 years. You had a movie that, you know, was groundbreaking in its 3D aspect. It made movies have to be 3D for, we all had to suffer through 3D movies for like what, 2 years? It's annoying. Uh he said, rolling his eyes. But if you're going to wait 13 years, you better deliver Avengers Endgame. And we got was Age of Ultron, right? Like, look, it's not a bad film. Age of Ultron is not a bad film. It's actually pretty good. Uh, but you need in-game money to get. You need Infinity War money to get in-game going. And you know what? We'll probably get. Will he meet the 2 billion? I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't even.
Avatar hasn't even made 2 billion.
But the thing is like this movie's already like not hitting well. I mean, like you said, and I've heard some too. Like some people are loving it, but I even saw for Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's pretty good. But like overall, I know a lot of people that are not impressed.
I mean, and it's now let me see what it like as of Avatar. Let's see here, as of December 22nd, Avatar, The Way of Water. Let's see here. We're gonna do budget. All right. Let's see here. How much is Avatar 2 going to cost? Avatar
This is
2,
very exciting for the podcast recording.
right? Uh, it's costing Disney 350 million
Oof.
to break even.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's not even without the advertising and everything.
yeah. Uh, Avatar 2 needs 2 billion to turn a profit.
Dang.
Yes. Worst case, let's see here. Cameron apparently told Disney that and 20th Century Studios executives that his sequel budget was so high it represented, quote, the worst business case in movie history. According to the director's estimates, you have to be the third or fourth highest grossing film in history. That's your threshold. That's your break even. Not even a profit. That's your
Yeah.
break even. Uh, let's see here. Now let's see
So
what
wait,
they.
is that going with the? But wait, if it costs 350 or whatever, is that with the marketing stuff? Why does it have to hit 2 billion? Or is he just saying contingent for the sequels?
Sequels, and I think 250 was the production before CGI, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So right now, they have made.
I think globally it's made what 400.
Let's see here. How much have they made? All right, but thanks to pricey 3D tickets and repeat viewings, the film managed to draw crowds. Oh, that's Avatar 2. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Oof. Avatar: The Way of Water, the second entry in this carefully plotted franchise, debuted this weekend at the top of the box office at 134 million, making and earned 300 million overseas.
Yeah, so it's a little over
Yeah,
400.
400. It is not.
It's not on pace well.
It's made. Okay, let's see here. Was 9 hours ago. Avatar 2 is now past 600 million.
Oh, okay. But
All right.
still, that's still hurting.
Still,
No,
that's not what they need.
no.
So, but 600 million. Um,
Well,
they're about to hit they'll hit a billion.
well, yeah, they're gonna hit that, but like you said, you're taking a whole nother. What?
You have to do a whole nother release. It's like, oof, I don't.
Yeah. I so here's one thing I think we should discuss. With the way the movie went, and so one of the things I saw him talk about is he wanted to make a world like Lord of the Rings. He wanted to make a world like Star Wars and
Mhm.
stuff, which I think is great, and that's one of the things actually that I like about the first film so much. And I love the fact that he's created like everything down from vegetation to animals and insects and food, and like that's something I would aspire to myself to want to make.
Right.
But the fact is like with the people itself, with with what he's dealing with the characters, how do you see this even going to a third? Like I just don't feel he developed it much from one to the second. So like, what's he gonna do with part three? Oh, okay, humans are still bad. Like,
So, yeah, I don't know because once again, he's like, like we're now water people. It's like, all right, and you have Stephen Lang still out there, but he's one person. Like, are they gonna have like Jake Sully unite all like Navi tribes and bring them together to
yeah,
fight the Marines? It's like I'm assuming he's setting up some kind of like Sitting Bull example or something like that, where it's like the last of the Mohicans, last of the Navi. Um, I I don't know where he's going. It's I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm saying. Yeah.
I feel like he's stuck in a loop.
I just don't see like, and the fact that he's supposedly got all these scripts done for all these other ones, and I'm just thinking like, where are you going, and how are you going to make this actually interesting to where it's worth 2 or 3 more volumes of this? Like, if we go to
Well,
another one and then like Edie Falco just comes back and Stephen Lang's matched up again, and it's like, okay, here we go again. It's like, no, like I don't want to
right.
sit through 3 hours of Edie Falco saying we must take these people out.
I Zoe Saldana said that like I think the third script was initially like 9 hours.
Oh my god.
I'm like, no, that's 3 movies.
Yeah,
That
that's
is 3 movies that he has written into one movie. Like, no, break that shit up. And the problem is that he
it's
is
not even, but
so.
it's not even necessarily the length, it's just like the content. Like he's not giving us.
Oh no, it's the length, good sir. It's
Well, no,
the.
I mean, but I'm saying it'd be more interesting if it was developing Pandora and developing the Navi
Yeah,
and maybe other tribes. Like, it's like, I know we have no way of knowing that. That would be spoilers and stuff. But like after this second one, I really don't feel he. All he did was he gave him a family, and
yeah.
now yeah, they're water people. But that's all he gave us. Like that, is
That
that
was
enough for a
all
whole
he
nother
gave it.
film?
That was all he gave us.
Yeah.
So I'm playing with my Christmas Scout Trooper. Look, you didn't give us anything. Like I actually loved your idea of like have a movie just for they something like the mining from the first film is now messing up Pandora, and they have to like figure something out. I
Like a
don't know.
natural disaster kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just or uh maybe like there's a tribe out there that once Jake Sully did just as badly as the Marines because of that. He worked with something like that, something to where we are invested in Pandora because outside of being like stunning, like Pandora is, I want to visit Pandora. I do. It looks beautiful. It looks amazing. Um,
Ride
I
some whales.
I still don't understand the whole like connecting with the animals, connecting with people at the same with the same hair. That's still kind of weird to me, but whatever. Um, it's just there isn't enough desire. No, that's stupid. No, if they make Avatar 3, I'll definitely go watch Avatar
Well, they're
3.
gonna make it with, it's pretty much done. But
Uh, but it's just one of those things where it's like, man, I don't. You had all this time, and the best you do is having Stephen Lang come back.
yeah, exactly.
Like that's like having Superman fight Lex Luthor 2 movies in a row.
That's no, but see, as I was saying, we're in agreement. That's exactly what I'm saying. He basically just recycled the same villain or the same
Yeah,
conflict. Like
same conflict. Of course, now like Stephen Lang has a kid. Okay. Like
I
am I
even
supposed to?
I don't mind putting it out there. Where did that come from? Was that in the
I
first
have no idea, no idea who he had sex with. Like who did he sleep with? Like I don't remember this at all. And like and I thought Spider was one of the scientist kids
And
until
then
he got older. And like they start talking about his dad, and like don't talk about him. I'm like, who the f is his dad?
yeah, I guess we need to rewatch the first one. I don't know.
And then like he's like, oh, I guess you're my son. I'm like, where the did that happen?
Can we talk about, and going with formulaic? Can we go with, I'm sorry, I understand they if they want to keep the character around, which I'm very against because he had 2 movies. That's enough. You didn't need to bring him back for a third. But the fact that Spider sat there and watched what they did,
Oh, that pissed me off.
they sat there and watched what he did to the sea creatures, and how he Stephen Lang was told, or sorry, um, how he was totally along for it. Um, what was his first name? It says Quartet.
I think his name was just Spider.
No, 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 no. Stephen Lang's name.
Oh, Quidditch?
No, but
Quidditch?
that's his last name. Didn't he have a first name? No.
No,
Oh, okay. Anyways, well, Colonel. Yeah, they kept calling him Colonel.
Colonel.
Anyways,
Yeah, Quidditch.
but
We'll just call him Harry Potter's game, Quidditch.
but
He's the seeker.
but the fact that he sat there and watched everything he did with that, and then he saw how much he was hunting um the
Jake Sully.
well, besides Jake, but his family and everyone and all the other like Spider was there when he was burning those other people's villages and everything. Like he all that, and then he gets down to he's sitting there at the bottom of the water. Oh wait, yes, I should rescue him. Like what? No, I get it as a story idea. I get it as a script tool to bring him back, but find another way. Like I don't care. Like a whale picks him up and like he gets washed ashore, or like he somehow finds an air tank on the ground. He puts it in his mouth. So not that the kid. No, there was no redeemable reason why that kid should save his life.
Yeah, I agree with that. I get that, it's showing that Spider deep down is a good person, but he's not gonna let someone die on his watch. Okay. Uh, that's all fine and dandy. However, like you just said, like you just watched this guy hunt down your adopted father for all intents and purposes, murder your brother, or maybe future brother-in-law. I don't know, like what's up with him and Sigourney Weaver's character. Because there was some definite flirting there. Uh you watch him do all this bad shit, and you're still like, but he's my dad. No, he even said like I'm like your dad. He even said like, look, you're not my son.
Yep.
You're my past self's son. Uh, it's like all this shit, and you're still gonna let him,
No.
live. All right, all right.
I'm sorry that lost me hard. I mean, there was so much that lost me in the movie, anyways. But that really that upset me on so many levels. The whole fact of having redeeming value of going into the third one of possibly with him dying and like okay we'll wash that slate clean we can move on. Nope, okay, we're still gonna go back to that because
Yeah.
there's no way they're not gonna bring him back because if they
Oh
bother to
no.
save his damn life he's gonna show up again.
Well, and the problem is like then this is gonna set up drama between Spider and like Jake Sully's kids. Like, how is he alive? Like, oh, I saved him because he's my dad. How could you do that? He's like, well, I couldn't let him die. You should have. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like,
because I like how he didn't bother to mention, oh by the way, yeah, that guy that tried to kill, I saved him. I forgot to mention that part.
the man hunting you is alive.
Yeah, and I saved
Funny
him.
thing, I saved him.
Yeah.
So still love y'all.
Especially because he says that one key part where he says, I will never stop hunting your family and I will never stop hunting you, blah, 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 blah. It's like, and you're going to let him come back.
Right?
He's not going to have a change of heart. He's not going to become a good guy.
Nope. Nope. He is not. Yeah, he's not going to, like, oh, you know what? My son saved me. Maybe I shouldn't be this hard ass asshole. Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. He's gonna hunt you. He's gonna hunt you.
I will give them credit for one thing, and maybe I'm alone on this, and you can tell me what if you ever had this. I thought they were going to turn him. I thought when Spider got caught and they started getting a little buddy, he started teaching him the language and he started hanging out with them. And I'm like, oh, he's going to turn him and he's going to join him. I'm so glad they didn't go that way because I saw it
I
coming.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I thought they were gonna do that. I'm like, man, if they do, I'm gonna be really pissed. That's so contrived. So I'm really glad they didn't do that. But man, this still annoys the shit out of me, dude. I won't even lie.
Okay. I want to go to really fast because we're so banging on about this. Let's go really at least a little bit. Like, can we go to the positives? Like,
I did the CGI.
No, but I'm saying in the sense of like, so they had the whole scene. I mean, granted, it was it's hard to like talk about this as a positive, but I try to take it for what it was. The scene where they're all the kids are learning how to breathe water, or how they're trying to learn how to breathe weather and stuff, and they're all going with all the animals underneath, they're all swimming around. I mean, how outstanding did that scene look? And then they have the part where the younger brother gets lost and he finds oh my god, all these damn words that I should have looked up before. I apologize, people. when he finds the banished one, and he's sitting there and he's underneath, and they're like kind of like, remember they had that whole thing where they had the old like the synced, where he's like kind of like swimming with him or what.
That's his spirit animal.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they had all the like the swimming scenes.
Right.
God, I was sitting there watching, I'm like, oh my God, this looks so good.
No, once again, that CGI was absolutely fucking amazing. Like, it was fantastic. Like, I don't like how they made like the only time it looked quasi fake. The only time where like that CGI is at the end, where it's like at night in the water, with the fire around them, like the battle. There was one scene where they came out of the water. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that looks like CGI. Mm-hmm. That's PS5 graphics right there. Other than that, the whole movie looked like mind-blowing, beautiful. Like, yeah, like when they were learning to swim, like that was fantastic. When they're like flying, like on like they're like, when they're trying to get like their dolphin bird creature up.
Oh, right.
That was fantastic. Like 99.99% of that movie looked absolutely like a work of art.
Yeah.
It was a work of art. However, now that you bring it up, another negative. The tribes, the elder tribesmen's sons were such dickheads.
Oh yeah.
I could not, like, when they take him, like they take the idiot son. I mean, what's gonna happen. They took the idiot son out, and the minute he goes, "Hey, you want to go, hunting with us?" I'm like, "Oh, they're gonna leave him in the middle of nowhere." Okay.
Yeah, you knew that was not a nice invite. There was no way.
Oh yeah, let's go hang out with you. Like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Again, bad formulaic writing.
Yeah, formulaic, and then like when he comes back, they're like, it's okay, I got lost, blah blah blah. It's like, and then the reason why that annoyed the shit out of me was that everyone knew, like the chieftain, like Jake Sully, like, okay, your son's an asshole, my son's an asshole, he took my boy out to get him lost. When he said, no, it's my fault, the chieftain, Zoe Saldana, and Kate Winslet, the chieftain's wife, were all like, how dare you? It's like, are you stupid? Are you, like, honestly, like, if I'd written that scene, the chieftain should have pulled the youngest kid aside and said, hey, look, I'm sorry, my son is a dick. Okay, like, show that the chieftain is smart. That's that's one of the things where, like, the chieftain and his wife look like morons there, because they're like, oh, okay, you must have, like, my son must be that good. No, and granted, like, no parent wants to think that their child is bad, but parents know when their kids are being dicks. At least they should. And you know what? They knew their kids were being dicks the whole effing time.
Yeah.
Bad writing. Yeah. Bad writing.
Yeah, the thing is, I saw, because the whole thing is when they did that and they left him and stuff, and I'm like, okay, why are we doing this? And then he had the thing with the spirit animal, or with the banished one, and I'm just like, okay, this creature has to come back and have a pivotal role, because otherwise there's no point for this scene to happen. And of course, it all was a huge factor in the ending of the movie and stuff. Right. I get it why they had to have him go out there and get lost and find this creature and everything, blah blah. But I wish they just could have found a better way.
Well, you know what? Hey, look, here, dude, I'll write you a better scene. All right, the dickhead kids take the idiot out to the ocean. Okay, boom, done. Now he says, hey, go call that fish, gets the fish, boom. Now, instead of them sneaking away, they're like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And then the giant shark comes and separates them.
Oh, there. I like that. Yeah,
that's right, because that way you have the dick, the douchebags, who, look, if they were like white, they'd be called Chad and Brad and Brad. All right, so like you have those three assholes, like, oh shit, the shark shows up, chases the idiot.
Speaking of which, that scene, damn.
That was amazing.
Like when we were actually looking inside his mouth and everything, and like his jaws are ripping through that
right
coral and stuff. Oh man, that was
once
terrifying.
again, beautiful CGI, beautiful to look,
But I'm
beautiful to
saying
watch.
not even build, but like in the sense of like real and able to pull you in without.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but for me, like, I mean, I wasn't obviously scared for my life, but like in the sense of like I was fearful for him because that thing looked legit like was gonna get him.
yeah. I'm like, oh shit, how, like, is he gonna, like that? I'm like, oh, is he gonna die here? Like, I kind of hope so. Um, but it's one of those things where you're just like, man, what, and you know, I think what is so infuriating with this film is that James Cameron can write fantastic films. And the fact that we don't get a fantastic film with this, that is almost like Terminator 2. We get a same villain, but it's the antes are upped.
Mm-hmm.
So T1 we get, Kyle Reese versus the Terminator. Great. T2 we get Sarah Connor and a T800 versus the T1000. Antes are up. Like once again for John Connor's life, blah blah blah. But you have a stronger villain. The villain is very powerful. In this one, we literally just get the same shit.
Well, the only thing is he did is he made them
okay.
avatars.
So once again, he just, instead of like upping it, he just made them equal.
Yeah.
Like if they had been avatars, but you have to shoot them, more than once. Like Zoe Saldana's character is an absolute boss. Like she's a badass, and just like I love the fact that her arrows are her calling card. I love that, and Quidditch over there, like, oh, I'm gonna kill her, which again, kind of going back to Spider, the fact that Zoe Saldana was had the knife to his throat, and the colonel pulled away. He's like, all right, don't kill my son.
Yeah.
And she cut him. Like, look, I get that the colonel killed your son, but you've been raising Spider with the scientist for like what, 15, 16 years? Like,
yeah, I didn't kind of get her rage on the kid. She's like, oh, a son for a son or whatever. I'm like, wait a minute, that's your son.
Right? Like
how can you just sacrifice this kid like you haven't just been caring for him his whole life?
And like honestly, like they should, and once again, this goes back to bad writing. She should have pulled him aside. She should have pulled him aside and said, hey, like I'm not like, Navi, but like, hey, you were never in any danger.
Yeah.
Like
I was playing.
I would, yeah, reaffirming some shit.
Yeah.
Because that goes to why he saves, Lang, is the fact that
I did think that was part of it, but still, it wasn't enough. But I did go.
It wasn't enough, but it's still.
If they were trying to use any kind of morsel of why he would do that, I got it too. That's why he's like, oh well, this lady tried to kill me, and my own dad, at least, was there. It said he cared about me or whatever,
A little bit. It's just something where it's like, man, it's like, well, do I need to see it again? No. If someone says like, hey, do you want to see it again? I'm like, really? But I'll watch it, man. Look, if it's on like HBO or TNT, there's nothing on TV. And I'm bored. I don't want to watch another movie for like the 15th time. I might put it on, but do I need to watch it again? No.
I don't need to, but I would like to. But I don't understand where I'm going to find the time. I really don't. I'm going to find the time. But I would like to watch it again.
You can't carve out 3 hours to watch this again
over stuff that deserves to watch for the first time. No.
Right? Like, look. If it's like you have 2 movies you can watch, Avatar or Black Adam. I'm going Avatar, sure,
Yeah.
right, but
You're
I
really
like
on the Black Adam comparison, aren't you?
Black Adam was because once again
Something
they
took forever.
they had forever to make this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, you just you didn't just swing and miss with Black Adam. Like you swung, missed, flung the bat into the stands, hit a 7-year-old girl in the face with her bat. Right? Like you just missed the mark so badly.
Yeah.
Uh
Um, I do want to touch on. I know we keep going back and forth. So, audience, I hope you're having fun with this. Uh, the scene on the I don't know, for lack of a better word, whaling hoverboard, whatever ship,
yeah.
whatever. I mean, Jesus, that was just nuts. I mean, there was boats flinging in the way.
Oh,
There's the flying creatures all over the place, and they're arrowing people all over the place. There's the helicopters that or the planes that would go up and they get shot down. They run into the ship. I mean, there's the people. There's bodies flying everywhere. Stuff's blowing up all over the place, and it's like,
like
oh, sure, that always happens, but it's in the style of this film with the CG that's already been
mm,
amazing and fantastic. Now you're gonna start blowing stuff up and
no.
having ships flying and things there. It's like, oh, it was like sensory overload.
I mean, it was a
Plus, of
lot.
course, we hate all these people and we want them to get punished. So it was, of course, you're sitting there like, yay!
Well, I loved when the captain lost his arm. Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
that is chef's kiss. I do want to see what I do want to know what happens, and I'm like every movie, like we get a scientist who like defects to the Navi, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be like Clemon Clemon's character. What was his name?
wasn't he? I know. I didn't. They didn't really show what happened to him.
No, Jermaine Clement. Yeah, Dr. Garvin. Yeah, no, I don't know what happened to him. He was on the boat with the captain.
Because like he did the thing where they're like duck, and he ducked, and then
Mhm.
the head guy got his got flung off and stuff,
Yeah,
but we never saw what happened to him. So it's like I guess he walked off okay. Like I guess we're supposed to be one of those. If you don't see a body, he's okay.
that's how I took it. Like, all right, I'm gonna assume that he survived, because obviously, like you saw, he was doing this to support his funding, and it's one of those things where, like, uh, once again, it's like instead of just being able to do science for science sake, he has to make money to continue the sciencing to make sure that he can, do great things with these
Well, and
whales.
to be fair, he never did anything.
No, he always felt bad. He's like, I don't want to do this, but he had to keep the funding going, and that's once again, it's just like,
And can we talk about like the we had of course some in the beginning, and Cameron's always been known for this to begin with, but the tech was wonderful. I mean, we had the bringing back of the I don't know where we want to call them, the mechs for the humans so they could walk around,
yeah,
and then those little personal like little scuba sub things,
yeah, those are great.
those were incredible.
Yeah,
And then of course you had the vertically lifting helicopters or whatever. I mean, just like everything was just like top notch action figure, toy figure, like Bonanza loving.
everything is fantastic with in the world of Avatar. Nothing looks cheap.
Yeah.
Like he's not, I don't mean to, another comparison, but some movies in Phase 4 of Marvel did look a little cheap on the CGI, and that's because they're pumping out like 55 million hours of content. Uh, Avatar, like no, like it although who I think a buddy of mine said it was either a buddy of mine or Ashley, my wife, said it probably would be better as a TV show.
What, Avatar?
Yeah,
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, but then you couldn't watch it on the big screen. That's the problem.
yeah. Um, but I will say that, like, yeah, like when the helicopters are flying through the like the levitating rocks of Pandora, like holy god, like
Yeah.
this looks absolutely like insane. Like it's just.
I guess I would say the difference with this and like what you're saying about Marvel is like, I mean, without knowing, but I bet you I'm willing to bet. I bet you I'm willing to bet. Let's not ever say that again. Uh, the I bet he has specs or blueprints or whatever for all these vehicles.
Oh yeah, he 100% does.
It's not like he just sat there and like, all right, draw it like this and it looks like that. I mean, I bet you there's details of like how they work and how much
Oh yeah,
mechanisms
no,
are on them. You know,
he
they look
definitely
so well
has
thought
that.
out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I do want to go back to not that we haven't done this already, but I want your opinion on this. So a nitpicking story thing for me was so the whole time the colonel and his merry band of people are using all their technology to track down Sully, and they're spending the time on the island and learning to assimilate to their new group and all that. All this is going on, right? And all they're doing is spending all their time looking for one man and his family, right?
Yeah.
What happened at the beginning of the film?
What do you mean with Jake?
With his group, what were they doing?
Having babies?
They hijacked the train. They took
Oh
their
yeah.
munitions, and they're saying how the rebellion is. Remember, they had a whole scene where they talked how much, they're cutting off our supply routes.
About that. Yeah.
They're cutting off our supply routes. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. Where'd all that go? Did they all take a coffee break after he left? Like, guys, we're just gonna quit. Jake Sully left. We're done. That's it. War's over. We give up.
And once again, like that's kind of why I think that it was bad storytelling. Like they had to move it on to another island, and once again, like I got a little annoyed when they like once again like destroyed the tree. Like their tree connection to like the planet. It's like we got that in the first one. You don't do it again in the second one. And what the first thing they did was when they came down, they destroyed the habitat of the Navia, the what was it? The tree dwellers, I guess what they're called.
Yeah.
Once again, they destroyed the habitat. Like you already did that in the first one. They just rebuilt it. Like that. I don't know. I thought it was kind of sloppy writing.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like it not only makes no sense, it's also lazy writing. But is it just me on this? Like, how does this militia? Granted, they probably have plenty of resources, but the fact that they are so focused on finding Jake Sully and his family, and they seem to have no concern or resources towards anything else, and I just feel they should have the distraction of the rebellion still going on. But it's like they're like, no, we just have nothing better to do than wander around the waters and whatever, scanning for random helicopters because we have nothing better to do. There's no one else is attacking us in any way, shape, or form. We just have time to look for this one dude.
It was something where like, and maybe it's because he was hoping that the length of the movie you forget the fact that they had this whole rebellion going on. It'd be like the Empire chasing Luke and forgetting about the rest of the rebellion, or the rebellion stopping because Vader's going after Luke. It's like, I'm gonna run away to Tatooine. Don't just stop with the rebellion. No,
because that's the thing that like it bothered me in the sense of like because they kept doing the cut back. It's like let's check in on Jake Sully and his family. Oh, let's check in on them trying to find him. Okay, let's check in on Jake Sully again. Oh, let's check in on And I'm just like, the whole thing for Sully made sense because they went far away. No one knows anything. Like they even said, there's hundreds and hundreds of islands out here. It should be hard to find us. All that made sense. It's like, you went to the middle of nowhere. But these guys have like, oh, we just got all the time in the world to search all these islands.
Well, and that's the other thing. Is that they mentioned there are hundreds of islands, hundreds of tribes, and once again, like the children are like dumb, they're going out. But honestly, half of this movie should have been the third film. The way that part 2 ends should have been the way that part 3 ends, and have like you should have had part of 2 going. You know what? The tree sect, whatever, still attacking. Like should have been following like the others attacking the army. Like you should still see the rebellion.
Yes, I agree. That's what I'm saying. They kind of like just abandoned that it was even happening. Like for all we know, they gave up. Like Jake Sully left, their leader left, so they just gave up. That the way this movie goes, that's basically how they show it.
And it was established that Jake Sully is a great tactical leader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't see much of that. Like we get all this exposition about how he's a great tactical leader, how he's like been leading the Na'vi. Okay, great. We see shit all in part 2.
Yeah,
because he's trying to like. We don't get enough of like him like trying to like break away from like being that or trying to like find. No, we don't see any of that, and it's a little frustrating.
So I had forgotten about this until now, and I love how we're just piling on. So at the end, with Cliff Kerr, the it's Tonawari. That's what his name is. Is that how it was pronounced? I don't even remember. Was it Tonawari?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, I know we're getting raked over the coals here for freaking lack of character research. I thought it was again one of those things that like I know we can dismiss this easily. So they attack the whaling ship, have the huge fight, take everyone down. The thing gets run on the rocks. It's sinking. Basically, they're done. They're like abandoned ship. We're out. That's it. We've lost, right? And Sully's like, okay, I gotta go in there and get my kids. And the colonel's like, hey, come get your kids. It's like, all right, cool. Where'd all the island people go? They just said, peace out, Jake. Take care.
Yeah, they are the. Yeah, have fun. Yeah, we're out. Yeah.
Like, you can go handle this on your own, even though we probably have the numbers, we probably could outnumber and help you, and we could probably get your kids back easily, but we're just going to leave you to deal with this by yourself.
Yeah, no one's going to die. We'll help you. And, once again, I think it was bad storytelling. I think
it's just lazy writing.
Yeah.
It's like, do they just think the audience would be like, oh, right, yeah, they just left. They got, guys, the ship's sinking, we're out. Oh, Jake, find your own way home.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jake, we'll see you back at the In-N-Out. We'll get some burgers later.
It's like, it's just the truth is like, hey, time out, guys. Hey, hold on. This isn't any of our shit. This is not our business. All right. Y'all wanna fucking kill each other? We don't care. Was he at home, Jake? You got the keys? Okay, cool. We're gonna come on over. Look, Quidditch, whatever. I don't give a fuck. We blew up your shit. I'm out. Cool.
Yeah.
Peace.
That's what I'm saying. It's like pretty much they saw the things. Oh, it's burning and it's sinking. We're out.
Well, our business is done here.
Yeah. And you never even as much as saw them turn tail and retreat. There was no wave. There was no off in the distance. Oh, okay, they're leaving. It just all of a sudden.
It's not even like Jake going, "Hey, I'm gonna go get my kids. Y'all go home." Not even like anything indicative of, "Okay, guys, the plan is over." Like I could just see kind of like, or in like the chieftain, they're just going like riding his dolphin bird. Like, do we go in there? Like, do we attack? Do we hang back? I don't know fuck it. Let's go get something to eat. Right? Like, it's like you have these amazing, like tribal warriors. Like, let them go fuck shit up. And nope, it's just Jake and, Zoe Saldana.
It's almost like you want to have like that aside scene when they get back and they're having the funeral for her son. Oh, so this is what happened when we left. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. So
we should have stayed.
Like Jake comes back and like, oh, we also fighting? they're like, oh shit, dude, bro. Oh man, we saw you go on the ship and we thought we were done,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'm sorry. So did anyone?
We
Oh, your son got killed. Oh shit, man,
we
I'm sorry. Like, it's just
we left the bonfires running. We didn't want them to burn the village down. We had to get back.
kids got school the next day, man. I look. I'm sorry.
They're
I'm
learning how to
sorry.
they're learning how to ride their new animals tomorrow. We had to get them their first class.
Yeah,
They had to
right.
be up early.
Like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. We had dinner cooking. Uh, we didn't think it would take that long. Uh, so oh, your son died. Oh, sorry about that. Uh, yeah, sorry.
Oh man!
Crazy writing.
All right. Well, I think we've pummeled this movie enough. Um, the
Apparently had some unresolved feelings about it.
well, the thing is like while I was watching this, you and I had discussed before watching the movie that we were going to do an episode. So in my
Right.
mind, while I'm watching it, I'm processing. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff. Um, but uh, the I you were you you can go back on now if you want, but you said you were not disappointed. I was disappointed. I overall was disappointed in this film. I
I
I loved the first one. I saw it 3 times in the theater. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Maybe I actually talked to one of my friends, and she watched it recently, which I meant to and I did not get around to. And I honestly really wish I would have had a refresher because I was a little lost in the beginning. But anyways, um, I maybe I wouldn't like it as much in hindsight. Who knows? But I really enjoyed the first one, and this one, like that last hour was incredible. But overall, considering how long we waited and how much I enjoyed the first one, I was really disappointed. And not I did not hate the film, that because hate is a strong word, but I disliked it and I was disappointed.
so I the reason why I said I wasn't disappointed was because it was what I expected.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's a
Like, I
different thing.
didn't like the first one was great. I didn't love it.
Oh, okay.
I
That's a difference for us. Yeah.
right. So like when the first one came out, I was one of the first ones. Like, it's Fern Gully meets Dances with Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm like, this is straight up, not a ripoff. I was thinking it's an homage, but it's Dancing with Wolves meets Fern Gully.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Um. So I wasn't disappointed. Uh, I was maybe a little let down, especially since we've been talking about, you know, the lazy writing. Like, and I think it's that, you know, going over it back, talking about, thinking about it, like, oh, this was lazy, that was bad, this was lazy, and you expect more from someone of Cameron caliber.
Exactly.
Uh, the other point that it didn't bother me, but it really bothered Ashley in that Sigourney Weaver did the voice of the teenager, and she was like, she's a 70-year-old in a 15-year-old's body,
I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
and the fact is they could have easily messed with her voice, made her sound more like a 15-year-old, made her sound more like a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I remember the whole time, like, we walked out and she's like, I hated that. I'm like, hey, what? Because, and she looked at me like I was weird. She goes, did you not know Sigourney Weaver played the voice of the daughter? I'm like, no, she didn't. And she goes, you couldn't tell them? Like, wow. And she
Yeah,
goes,
see, I could
yeah.
tell. I could tell, but I just didn't understand it the entire time. But then she started having the thing with her mom. They had the little flashback interlude thing. I still don't 100% understand how that worked, but whatever.
She was so she was so annoyed with it. I think for like 30 minutes after the film, she's like, it's stupid. I don't get it. Why would you do that? You have all the CGI money and you can't modulate the voice a bit. No, she didn't. Yeah.
I just didn't like the fact that, like you said, you took an actor of her caliber and her stature and you made her a child.
Yeah.
Like, no, she should be playing grown up roles. She's a grown up woman. And it's not the
Right.
fact of like she isn't capable of playing a child, because as she did do in this movie, she was able to pull it off because yes, she's that damn talented.
Right.
But why? Why would
Yeah.
you
That's what,
make that
I
choice?
didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I didn't. I mean, I thought it was fine, but no.
It
Ashley was.
wasn't, yeah, it wasn't a standout for me for bothering me of the movie, but like I was about halfway through the film as it kept going. I'm just like, I don't grasp the reason for this. Like,
Yeah.
why are you sitting around your writer's room or whatever with your buddies or whatever, and you're like, this is what we want to do?
Right. But like like just kind of put a little pin on everything. It's the fact that I wasn't disappointed because I wasn't expecting much.
No, I was well.
I was
I
I
guess
was
I'm jealous.
expecting
I'm jealous of your uh good low expectations.
I was expecting a beautiful movie where I was gonna make fun of the story, and that's what I got.
I I I I I guess I was going with. I thought he had, because I'm very aware of everyone shitting on the first movie for the script. I didn't think it was the best script either, but I went with it because I think it served the story for the introduction for what he wanted as a series or a franchise or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And if that would have been a standalone film to never make another one, maybe I'd look at it differently. But
You're right.
the fact of like, I think shortly after, within a year after it came out, he already said he was going to want to do a sequel, and he already had the plans. Or I can't even remember, it's so long ago. But like, knowing that that was introducing us to Pandora and to set the story for an ongoing thing and everything, like yeah, it's that story isn't good either, and like everyone's like, it's just like, Pocahontas and stuff. It's like, everyone, we all heard all the references and stuff, and I
Right.
got it, and I didn't disagree with any of that, but
Right.
it honestly just didn't bother me that much, because like I said, we were with the first film. This was the
Yeah.
first time with all these characters on this world. So when you're stepping into something fresh and new, you don't expect mind-blowing script writing because it's all
Right.
new. But now that you've had all this time to sit down and you've said you have all these sequels and all this planned, you gotta do more. You can't just like, oh, like we'll just do this.
And once again, like maybe focus on the next movie instead of the next 15. Just saying.
Yeah.
Focus focus on the sequel instead of the next trilogy.
Before we go, I do want to mention that uh the he did James Cameron did an interview with Robert Rodriguez, and he mentioned like, oh, when are we going back to do it Alita again?
Oh,
Like,
I know. I that I'm more excited about than Avatar.
no, but I'm saying the thing that's so funny about that is, yes, as a fan, anyone that's listened to this podcast knows I love Alita, I love Rosa Salazar, and yes, that makes me
Yeah.
super excited. But like you're saying, maybe concentrate on what you're working on.
Right. Exactly. Like focus. Focus.
Oh man. Anyways, uh, what? Oh crap! I don't remember the name of it. Never mind. I was gonna say something. Anyways, all right, sir. Anything else you want to kind of say that's still burning in your mind, or you're good?
I'm good. I think I got everything off my mind, off my chest that I needed to.
I know. I think we properly crapped all over this one. So, so curious. Either we're gonna get a lot of people that agree with us, or a lot of people are just like, "You guys are crazy. It was the best thing ever."
I'm interested here. I really am. I'm excited to see what they have for us.
But anyways, so please drop your socials and talk about your you've been still doing your YouTube show. Mention that too.
Yeah, so still doing the toy kind of mood. We just had our best of 2022. The Mattel, it was a Master of the Universe, Super Seven NECA, and Mezco. And then next week they are doing. I'm not on next week's episode because next Tuesday is Ashley's birthday, my wife's birthday, so I am taking her out for dinner. And they're doing the best of G.I. Joe, and then I'll be back on the week after New Year's Eve to talk about the best of Marvel Legends, which is going to be, if anyone can see the back of my screen, I have a few toys. So, yeah, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at A Toy Kind of Mood. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at now. It's just, I'm on TikTok a lot now. Not a lot. I need to be on there a lot more, but I like the TikToks.
On it for the show or on it for Bobby
Oh,
Bexar?
for the show. I do
Oh, okay.
I do unboxings.
Okay. Well, no, that's zero. I was like, are you sitting there watching little dance videos yourself, or you're doing it for the show? That's different.
Oh, I don't do dance videos. I just do unboxings. I'm about to my top 10 uh movies, comics, and toys of the year. So that'll be fun.
With like what, like you put like stuff behind you or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. See how that works. Probably gonna suck, but I'll try.
Okay. But that's for the A Toy Kind of Mood TikTok, or that's you?
Yep.
Okay.
That's TikTok. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what kind of mood. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, this is Derek, and I'm at the Geek Potato on Twitter and Instagram. And please, if you also want to check out more of Geekdom Fancast, we are also on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, at Geekdom Fancast. I have not done the TikTok yet. Also, we're on the YouTube, thanks to this wonderful gentleman right here. So if you are listening to this and you'd like to watch the visual, then there you go. If you're watching this, then thank you for watching. But other than that, we will see you soon. The next episode will be our year-end best of. I'm not sure who's going to be on that show yet, though, so we'll have to wait and see. But I know that's what I want to do. So until then, I guess happy holidays, happy New Year, maybe depends when that one comes out. Everyone take care, and until then, we will be saving a seat for you, swimming in the wonderful waters of Pandora with the Sully Squad. All right, everyone have a great time and stay safe. Bye.